The General Design category recognizes site-specific works of landscape architecture that exhibit distinction in design, function, context, and environmental responsibility. Receiving honor awards in General Design are Canada's Sugar Beach by Claude Cormier and Associés for Waterfront Toronto. An urban beach, plaza, and promenade offer respite and interaction for Toronto's increasingly knowledge-based workforce. Poised between the vertical city and horizontal Lake Ontario, Sugar Beach lets people enjoy the contrived context of pink umbrellas juxtaposed against the nearby sugar refinery. Playful and whimsical, the jury said, the beach design transforms an industrial space into a habitable one. Lafayette Greens, Urban Agriculture, Urban Fabric, Urban Sustainability by Kenneth Wacol Landscape Architecture for the CompuWare Corporation. This corporate-sponsored urban garden is in the heart of downtown Detroit. A vegetable garden that doubles as an engaging public space, Lafayette expresses the participatory, beautiful, and productive possibilities for integrating urban agriculture. This is a rigorous, well-executed statement in a contemporary language, the jury noted, yet is created for the long term. The demonstration model scale is a great start. QUARRY Garden in Shanghai Botanical Garden by Tsinghua University Planning and Design Institute and Tsinghua University for the Shanghai Chen-Shan Botanical Garden. An abandoned quarry yard has become a new Shanghai landmark. It displays ecological restoration and cultural reconstruction on once dangerous, inaccessible, and abandoned land. The garden now attracts tourists and teaches the culture of quarrying. This is how to reclaim a quarry, enthused the jury. It is provocative in its honesty, down to the use of Corten steel for retaining walls. Arizona State University Polytechnic Campus, new academic complex by Ten Eyck Landscape Architects for the Arizona State University. On a 21-acre site for 5 new classroom complexes, the goal was to transform a former Air Force base into a thriving desert campus. A flood-prone street becomes a permeable, water-harvesting arroyo that provides a connection to nature as passers-by relish the ephemeral rush of rainwater. The jury called the rough-and-tumble planting strategy well-scaled for daytime pedestrian comfort. 200 Fifth Avenue by Landworks Studio for L&L Holding Company. This renovation reactivates a landmark building adjacent to Madison Square Park. The courtyard is the centerpiece, as it leaves historic facades intact and contrasts the old and new. Lush plantings add brightness and texture to this landscape insertion and create an array of gathering areas and garden views. The jury noted the exquisite detailing and commended the material restraint. Powell Street Promenade by Hood Design for Union Square Business Improvement District. On either side of one of its busiest thoroughfares near Union Square, San Francisco has eliminated 4 blocks of parallel parking to widen the pedestrian promenade. The jury commended the city's Pavement to Parks program, which gives pedestrians a broader refuge from the street's vehicles and cable cars in an area with the heaviest foot traffic outside New York City. Tudela Kulip Club Med Restoration Project by EMF Landscape Architecture and Artevals Associates, consultants for the Ministry of Spain Environmental Department of the Regional Government of Catalonia. This project turned a habitat reclamation order into a creative landscape restoration and resort development. The results celebrate the site's natural and cultural singularities. Visitors, in turn, enjoy a narrative of nature made possible by landscape erasure. With a footprint low to the ground, the jury noted, this project integrates art into the landscape and replicates a significant place in time. Shangri-La Botanical Gardens and Nature Center by Jeffrey Carbo Landscape Architects, in association with William T. Arterburn and Mesa for the Nelda C. and H. J. Lutcher Stark Foundation. Opened in 2008, this was the first LEED Platinum new construction project in Texas. The 252-acre center enhances environmental awareness of both regional landscapes and animal habitats. The botanical gardens reveal the life processes of many species in a recreated native landscape. The jury noted that the materials and movement of water teach children the natural engagement of beauty, art, and color. Winnipeg Skating Shelters by Petco Architects for the Forks Renewal Corporation. Amid a vast frozen landscape huddle 6 small sculptural shelters that foster a much larger sense of community. The plywood sheaths offer trail users shelter from the elements and an opportunity for chance encounters in the ferocious splendor of Canada's prairie winters. These shelters contrast with and change the landscape around them, the jury noted. They could enhance any context. National 9/11 Memorial by PWP Landscape Architecture for the National September 11th Memorial and Museum. The memorial commemorates the victims of the attacks of 9/11 and the World Trade Center attack of 1993. 2 fountain-lined voids mark the Twin Tower footprints, with a surrounding forest of oak trees that provide a place for contemplation. The articulation of detail is phenomenal, said the jury. The forest and voids are symbiotic and create a profound experience. SUNNYLANDS Center and Gardens by the Office of James Burnett for the Annenberg Foundation Trust at SUNNYLANDS. This interpretive center celebrates the legacy of the site through a new 15-acre desert botanical garden. The living landscape demonstrates a new ecological aesthetic for the arid Southwest, noted the jury. The texture and color of the plantings are spectacular, and the ground is part of that composition. Plants are also functional as they protect cars and allow outdoor functions. Receiving the award for excellence in general design is A Green Sponge for a Water-Resilient City, Chun Li Stormwater Park by Torrenscape and Peking University for the Chun Li Newtown government. Contemporary cities are not resilient when faced with surface water inundation. Here, design professionals address that with a stormwater park that acts as a green sponge to cleanse and store water. Integration with other factors, the protection of native habitats, aquifer recharge, recreational use, and aesthetic experience further fosters urban sustainability. The highly developed and integrated water filtration tactics meld structural, interior, and landscape architecture. The interplay between nature and human intervention at this scale is almost surreal.